Hi, my name is Roy Connolly, and I am a filmmaker. I've been producing animation for Disney these last 28 years, and for the last 6 years, I've had the great honor and privilege of also helping to produce some of our films coming out of our Disney Nature label. For me, great stories transcend borders, they cross cultures, they both educate and inspire. And that's why, to ensure a sustainable planet, it is imperative that science and art work together hand in hand to tell great stories. One of the most shocking revelations I had working on my first Disney nature film is the fact that there are no longer wild places on this earth. Wildlife essentially is allowed to exist on small tracts of land, parks, and reserves that we humans manage. So you see, we truly are the stewards of the animal kingdom, not to mention stewards of this great planet. Now, this led me to the Resilience Frontiers Pathways, an impressive set of ideas codifying a holistic, positive approach to improving our awareness, relationship, and responsibility to nature. Good storytelling is communal. It pushes all audiences to participate, engage, and surmise, and hopefully, when they leave the cinema, they have a call to action, which is exactly what I consider the pathways the Resilience Frontiers have developed. It is incredible the transformative power of story. Sometimes the best way to a person's mind is through their heart. And that partnership between art and science can hopefully enlighten and motivate people to affect generations to come by improving stewardship of our incredible planet.
I am Cristina Bicchieri. I'm a professor at the University of Pennsylvania, and I direct the newly formed Center for Social Norms and Behavioral Dynamics. The kind of research we do and what we aim to do is to support positive behavior on a global scale across both informal and organizational setting. My work is driven by a three-pronged mission. On the one hand, I continue to develop my original social norm framework, and I want to provide cutting-edge theory for practical application. Second, I aim to educate partners and the public about how to use the framework for positive behavioral change and to work directly with organizations to develop measures and design intervention tailored to the social network norm and behavior that they wish to impact. The complex social landscape in which shared behavior are embedded must be considered before one may dislodge and entrench behavior. My center, my own proprietary work on social norm and collective behavior, enable us to systematically measure and diagnose norms, other behavior, and culture in general. This diagnostic process has been validated in numerous lab experiments and fieldwork around the world, and it enables us to design data-informed interventions that are tailored to the behavior one wishes to change. So that is all I do, and I hope to be also helpful to your organization. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michael Nash. I am the founder of Beverly Hills Productions, and I'm a filmmaker. I'm really excited to be part of all of this and to help the United Nations and the resiliency frontier really have a clearer understanding of the best ways to move forward with the narrative that they wish to illuminate to the world. I myself have had experience creating content for good really for the last, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years. And it's amazing what can happen, when you create a film that becomes a tool that people can come together with in hopes of, changing the way we move forward in life. So once again, I'm Michael Nash, and I'm looking forward to working with everybody. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Henry Bonsu, British, Ghanaian television and radio broadcaster based here in London, England. Most of my work has been for the BBC and other British based broadcasters on news and current affairs. More recently, I've been a commentator for international broadcasters based in the States, in the Middle East, and in Africa on everything from Trump and Biden through to Brexit, COVID, Meghan and Harry, and also development in Africa. So you can get a sense of the league table of priorities for most of these broadcasters. I'm also a conference moderator, which is how I met Yusuf and the team at UNFCCC. And over the last couple of years, I've been working with them on Resilience Frontiers. Really keen to join you on the advisory group, learning whatever expertise I can from the world of communications. And I look forward to joining you all later this week.
Hello, everybody. It's Richard Foster Fletcher in the UK, currently on the Norfolk coast and enjoying myself here. Really looking forward to meeting you and spending some time with you. To introduce myself, I guess I'm passionate about new ways of building our economy. I'm passionate about responsible, inclusive, and ethical AI. To do that, I have a community of a few hundred people that we work together on projects and events and conversation, working on a book at the moment about responsible AI and the economics of trust that we're pitching to publishers in the next few weeks. What else? We're doing a Responsible Tech Founders Pledge. I've done 209 episodes on my podcast, Boundless, just exploring our digital future and how we make it more inclusive. That's where I met Yusuf. He's been on the show. Did a series that David Jensen helped launch called Infinite Leaders, looking at environmental sustainability and artificial intelligence. I think that's it. Passionate about climate, about inclusion, access to opportunity, particularly for women, and just looking forward to contributing any way that I can to this incredible group. And see you soon.
My name is Vanessa Berlowitz and I'm the co-founder of Wildstar Films, which is a wildlife TV and film production company in Bristol. I've been very fortunate to be making wildlife films for nearly 30 years now. Most of that time I spent at the BBC working with David Attenborough on big landmark series such as Planet Earth and Frozen Planet. And these series were really fantastic tools for informal science engagement and reaching huge audiences. I think by now we've 1 in 4 people on Earth has actually seen Planet Earth. And of course what they also achieved was inspiring the next generation of scientists, of conservationists, and in fact encouraging more people to get out there and experience wildlife for themselves. More recently, we've been trying to educate people more about the very, very real and imminent environmental crises that wildlife is facing. But really what we're doing is inspiring people to think about why they should change rather than how. And I think that's becoming the more important focus. So we're looking at these big series as a launch pad for a whole load of other media on all sorts of platforms, short form on your mobile phone, a companion game, a feature that can go out that's complementary, all these different ways of tackling the very, very important messages that we need to get out about the crisis we're in. And actually, one of the things we're doing at Wildstar, which is very interesting, is using the making of these shows as a sort of living training ground so that we can train up people who have underrepresented voices in this story, people in the countries that are actually right at the front line of human-animal conflict, so they can represent their own wildlife and their own crises that they're facing.
Hi, I'm Alex Gordon-Brander. I'm the founder and CEO of Territory, and we are a technology platform and financial service company that is looking to incentivize the regenerative planting of 1 trillion trees worldwide in the next couple decades. My background is in hedge funds, investment banking, more recently crypto and blockchain. And so this question about what tools have I seen that invite people to create positive change in the world. Getting into the blockchain space, I've seen the power and the risks when a great story that is simple and people can get behind is also married with well-designed financial incentive structures. And I think there's a lot of weight in this group on the story making, and that's such an important part of galvanizing the energy and intensity of the global community to the work that we need to do to retain this beautiful planet. And at the same time, the power of story can get easily lost if there isn't actually some kind of mechanism to incentivize people to care. So I'm all about that. And I think the Bitcoin example is both, is interesting in terms of from zero, $1 trillion decentralized, resilient economy that in many ways is great from a resilience perspective because of its decentralization, and at the same time that's obviously got a huge negative climate impact and creating global inequality and has all kinds of negative issues associated with it. So my contribution I'd like to bring to this conversation is about how do we essentially structure sort of rails of incentive design that can carry and coordinate the value of the stories that we all want to tell about the better world we want to live in. I'm looking forward to the conversation.